The following semi-final contest is scheduled for one fall with a 25-minute time limit.
Interesting adjustment and test for the 19-year-old upstart.
Sure, but that's the nature of a tournament like this.
And his opponent, he weighs in at 195 pounds, wrestling out of Burlington, North Carolina. He is the apex of agility, Everett!
The former China kid, Andrew Everett, survived a hard-hitting battle with Trevor Lee. They were, in my estimation, Everett had a harder road to get here to the second round than Alex Daniels. Would you concur?
Yeah, I definitely would. I think Trevor Lee put more of a beating on Everett than Singh did with Daniels.
So if you're Andrew Everett, how do you adjust for that? And if you're Alex Daniels, how do you adjust for your experience disadvantage to Everett?
Well, if I'm Everett, then I'm going to look to figure out what Daniels doesn't know. I'm going to count that there's some sort of trick that I have in my bag that he hasn't seen yet. Or maybe I'm going to get into a flip contest with him. I'm not sure.
Keep in mind, Daniels, the free runner, specializes in parkour. I don't know that Everett has any formal parkour experience, but his level of body control is obviously on par with anybody you could name up and down any roster.
I don't deny that at all. I think you make a very valid point. I think this is going to be a... if I'm Daniels, I'm going to try and take my time and try and do a little bit of feeling out and see if I can find a weak spot. If I'm Everett, I'm going to try and trick him into not looking and then poke him in the eye. Maybe kick him in the groin. Maybe both.
Everett looks a bit impressed by Daniels' ability to land on his feet, that monkey flip attempt. One of these men will join Ray Rowe and Dylan Bostic in our final round three-way elimination matchup.
Well, just take the third person out of it. The matchup of Ray Rowe versus Dylan Bostic.
I'm not gonna lie. I would pay a lot of money as a fan to watch Ray Rowe versus Dylan Bostic one-on-one. Everett with a side headlock. Daniels, notice, steps on the back of the knee of Everett that cuts away the base and able to cause a reversal. Still waiting on word as to the status of the Faces of Change and Joe Rosa in regard to Dennis Gregory's and the Founding Fathers Cage Fury War Games challenge earlier. We thank Brittany for checking in with the lack of hot news in that exchange.
Thank you, Brittany.
We'll find more information as we press on, but right now, the information we're looking for here is who's going to budge first. Two men who, in maybe an alternate universe, are a bit mirror images of one another if you take away the experience disadvantage. Both men pretty even physically as well when it comes to the test of strength. Everett bridging up to keep his shoulders off the canvas. Now reverses the pressure, sweeps the leg of Daniels.
Good and nice into a top key lock there. A nice wrist lock.
And the most important thing Everett's doing here in the early going is controlling Daniels. Everett does not know Daniels as well as Daniels may know Everett. There's a lot more footage out there on the YouTube and the DVDs and the digital downloads.
The button pops. Sorry.
Of Andrew Everett than there is of Alex Daniels.
Speaking of DVDs, tonight's DVDs were being recorded by
Sorgatron Media at sorgatronmedia.com and IndyWrestling.us.
If I could say one thing to all you people, you need to follow Sorgatron Media. All the greatest deals. All the greatest DVDs, all the greatest action. Follow Sorgatron Media.
I hear he's releasing something called The Legend of Virgil later this summer.
Jesus, Virgil has a legend?
Maybe a myth. Is that more likely? Andrew Everett springing up and over. My gosh. And Daniels turns around, looks like he saw a ghost. Didn't expect Everett to be still standing. Hip toss, spring off counter by Daniels. Rolls through with the weight and the arm drag. Pace continues fervently. And it's Daniels a step ahead, slipping behind and connecting with a side round kick to the head. And we're seeing more confidence out of Alex Daniels than we have to date.
Now I gotta ask you, you're in round 2. You know one of you is going to round 3. I don't know that I would be expending this level of energy with the running. You have to keep something in the tank going into round 3. Especially knowing that one of those people is Ray Rowe, who you're not going to be able to muscle over. You're going to need to use your speed.
That is a very valid point. However, do you want to hold back and risk not making it to the finals?
It is a delicate balance.
Everett drop kicks the rope, and that causes Daniels to lose his balance. Hung up abdomen first, and again, breathing issues now for Daniels, as were to Palace. Oh, watch Everett. Everett risks everything. Got so much hang time, so much distance. He's in the front row.
Holy cow.
But the damage Everett did to himself was outweighed by the damage done to Daniels.
How high would you put him off the floor from that?
My God. Oh, wait, let's get this cover in the ring. Tight hook of the leg. Everett finds 2. You got to be looking at least 10 to 12 feet when you factor I mean...
Because he went from top rope, sprung up to the floor. I'd put that 12 to 15 feet. Wow.
Especially with the agility, again, and a drop salt. Shades of Paul London, who innovated that maneuver. Perhaps Everett perfecting it. But not enough to put away Daniels. Gut check for Daniels, easily the biggest match of this young man's career. Win, lose, or draw, this is a moment he's waited a lifetime for. I made this point a month ago. I'll make it again. When Super Indy started, Alex Daniels was 6 years old.
Oh. That hurts, Joe. That hurts. How old were you?
How old was I?
Yeah.
I believe I was 15, 16.
Yeah.
There's a 2 count.
I was 36, Joe.
What?
About that. No.
But Daniels has grown up his entire life following independent wrestling, knowing that Super Indy is destination viewership. It's a destination in your career. It's where you want to end up. It's where the big stars go. 13 years later, Daniels is here. It's to make history, but a hell of a roadblock in front of him.
It is one of the bigger stepping stones in the world of independent wrestling.
And Everett, one of the more successful rising stars. We mentioned earlier, PWG Tag Champion. PWG, probably the most buzzworthy independent company in North America right now.
You think?
And yes, for those critics at home, that's assuming Ring of Honor is not an independent anymore. There are contracts, there are national TV, they've moved up a step. That's a rant and a soapbox for another time, as Everett continues the pressure on Daniels. And again, Daniels, much like Palace earlier, has been gasping for breath ever since he hung his abdomen up. Hung his abdomen up on the top rope when Everett drop kicked the rope out under him.
2 good shots to the head, a nice clothesline back elbow. Oh.
Everett put the brakes on as Daniels tried to counter.
Oh!
And there's a little bit of free running agility for you. The pump kick connects.
Oh. Looked like he was setting up for a Regal suplex. The Regalplex, if you will.
And Everett and Daniels both sucking wind. But Everett now connects to the back of the head.
Nice running enziguri.
And Daniels connects with a bit of a short, compact drop kick.
It looked like he extended a lot closer than you were expecting. He
lower to the body.
Yeah, it shot Daniels right out of the ring. Sorry, shot Everett right out of the ring.
Now Daniels shooting himself out of the ring. High elevation on the heel.
And he landed that almost as a hip check to the head.
And you can sense the respect level for Daniels growing as the night progresses on. Daniels now covers, hits the leg. He finds two.
Well, you can tell Everett's trying to shake the cobwebs out, so to speak.
And look at the determination, the focus, but at the same time the anguish as Alex Daniels looks to fight on.
Good strike to the back of the head.
Trapped the arm, went for the enziguri. Oh! Step ahead into the Pele. German, beautiful bridge. Done, no. Now, how close can you get? Half a second away or less from Alex Daniels' Super Indy dream coming to an end.
Looks like Everett's looking to go up top.
Any number of things can come from here.
I was going to say, we just saw him fly out of the ring 15 feet from there. So.
Hit the guardrail, shrugged it off. But Daniels meets Everett in precarious territory. Headbutt, down goes Daniels. Here we go. Shooting star, but great adjustment. Everett on his strikes him.
Count it.
We saw it done to Trevor Lee.
No.
Daniels done. No.
Holy! How did he? They spiked him right on his head.
And again, my hat goes off to Alex Daniels right now. What he is going through, what he is enduring. There may be a slim chance, but it's still a chance. Alex Daniels fights on.
I will point out Everett didn't have the full body weight over. Oh! Again, looking for that Regalplex.
Studying the greats. Testament to Daniels and his prep work. No way to prepare for a straight punch to the face. Everybody going reverse hurricane. We see that effect.
There it is!
Regalplex. 2. No! Well, I would love to have got another angle to see.
15 minutes gone by in this contest. 15 minutes.
See if Daniels had those fingers locked in full. That may have been the difference.
It didn't look like he had that tight of a grip on it as he went over, and that impact tends to jar your hands. I would guess that he probably did not.
And Jay Worth, let's also keep in mind we now have under 10 minutes left in the time limit. If we go the duration, it'll be a Ray Rowe Dylan Bostic final.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, they would just do the bye to the, so it'd be a one-on-one.
Well, no. Well, who else would go to the final round? There's nobody left.
I would say it'd only be fair to put Ray Lynn in.
We'll just move on from that. I think it's fair to Ray Lynn, I'll tell you that.
Well, I didn't say that.
Everett catches Daniels again. Daniels far away, look at his line. He's on a top turnbuckle. That's not a combination you ever want. Daniels sends Everett face first.
Face first, 5 feet down.
Does Daniels have a chance here?
Oh!
Daniels! Daniels beat Everett!
Here is your winner, moving on to the finals, Alex Daniels!
With a cry of awe splat. Alex Daniels has made his way into the finals of Super Indy 14. Ah, splat indeed.
At the age of 19, Alex Daniels could make a near lifelong dream come true by winning the Super Indy title and putting his name on the map overnight, like so many have done before him. Will we see that respect? We do. It's damn sure improbable, but it's not impossible. Alex Daniels could be on his way to Super Indy gold.